Hello students, welcome back to our online class. Students, take out a social science book, chapter number 3 of political science. Okay, that is so take page number 196. So today we are about to start the last portion of the chapter that is called franchise. Okay, the term franchise, when applied to elections, means the right of a citizen to vote. Now, what is the meaning of franchise? Franchise means that a citizen has a right to vote. That means it can cast to any representative. Every citizen has a right to vote. A person can vote in accordance with him or her as she or he thinks fit. Franchise was once limited to citizens who could satisfy certain conditions such as education, possession of wealth and income. Now those who have education, we think yes, this person is educated, then we will cast a vote, or this person has helped us, okay, during then giving us some benefits, then we can cast a vote. On basis of this only we are casting our vote. A vote enables citizens to choose the people who will represent them in the state assemblies. That means suppose in every particular state there is an what happened, there is a chief minister, is not, and in every particular constituency there is an MLA, so they are representing in the state assemblies. Okay, that means the MLA, that is a member of the legislative assembly, they used to represent us in the legislative assembly. So we are electing him so that he can represent us, and he can represent our grievances in the legislative assemblies to give us benefit. The vote gives citizens the right to choose people who will govern the country. That means we are choosing the people who will govern our country. That means who will run our country. If the citizens are not satisfied with these people, they can replace them at the next election. See, suppose I have elected one MLA this time, then what happened? But he is not doing well. He is not working for the benefit of the people. So what happened? In the next election, maybe I can remove him. I can cast my vote to another representative. Okay. In most democracies, today the right to vote is universal. It is granted as a fundamental right irrespective of race, ethnicity, caste, class or gender. This is known as the universal suffrage. That means election is universal of nature. That means every people can take part irrespective of race, caste, class or gender. The first step towards universal suffrage was taken in the early 19th century. It focused on removing property requirements for voting purposes. In the late 19th and 20th and the early 20th century, the focus on universal suffrage was on giving voting rights to women. So now between the 19th century and 20th century, the woman has also right to cast their vote. Before that, the woman did not have any right to cast their vote. In fact, for a long time in many developed countries, women were not given the right to vote. See, now also there are many developed countries where women are deprived of their vote. That means only men can choose their representative, not the women. Many societies in the past have denied people the right to vote on the basis of race or ethnicity. Now, for example, non-whites could not vote in the apartheid area in South Africa. The system came to an end with the first free multi-party elections in 1994. The non-whites, that is the black people, they cannot vote in South Africa. Now these things came to an end in the year 1994. Most universal suffrage systems still exclude from voters. For example, many countries deny the right to vote to convicted criminals or the mentally ill. So now also it is prevail, like a person who is mentally ill, okay, and a person who is a criminal, that means those who are having criminal records, they are deprived from the election. Okay, that means they cannot cast their votes. Almost all countries denied the right to vote to non-citizens, residents and citizens below the age of 18 years. So who are that, as I'm using the word citizen is not. Now who is a citizen? That means who is a citizen of India. A person coming from America, a person coming from London, they cannot cast their vote in India. That means they are non-citizen, they are not the resident of India, so these persons cannot cast their vote in India. And those persons who are below the age of 18 years, they also cannot cast their vote. Okay, so this is all about the chapter. So students, read the chapter very carefully, and in the next class I shall give you the question answers. Okay, till then, thank you.